Hi, my loves. Welcome to your cosmic weather report for the week ahead. Now, I am absolutely full of a cold, so bear with me. I'm going to try and get through this report as best that I can because this is a huge week of astrology, probably one of the most important weeks of this year. And this week's astrology is going to change our entire lives. Now, this is going to start on Tuesday, when the sun sextiles Neptune. So I want you to really pay attention on Tuesday. Take some time on Tuesday to really visualize your dream life. If you were living the exact life you wanted to live right now, what would that look like? Now, don't worry about the hows or the whys or the what ifs or the buts or the maybes. Don't let any of that come in. Just take some time to really visualize, if you were living your dream life now, what would that look like? Because on Tuesday, we're going to find all these insights come in about you, about your future, about what it is that you really want, about who you really want to be and how you really want to move through the world. And so take some time on Tuesday to just really visualize what that ideal life would look like for you and who you would be in that. And this will really help those of you who often message me and say, I don't know what I want. I wish I knew what I wanted. Deep down you do know, but we need to start somewhere. So I always ask people, start with how you want to feel. So you might just go, well, Kirsty, I just want to feel a bit happier. Beautiful. Then that's what it is that you want right now. You want to be happier. So start to find little pockets of happiness everywhere through your day, through your week, through your month, and that's going to start to build. And then as you become happier, then you can maybe start to expand into dreaming into bigger and better for yourself. But on Tuesday, I want you to really take some time to just visualize that ideal future for you, for your life, for what you want. This is going to really help later on in the week. And so that visualizing, that dreaming at the start of the week is going to lay a really beautiful foundation into where the rest of the week goes. Now, Thursday, we get the first quarter moon in Aries, and we also get Mercury sextile Saturn. Now, the first quarter moon is that part of the lunar cycle where we start to go, we start to see everything coming together, we start to really put ourselves out there more, to go after our dreams more, to say yes to opportunities presenting themselves. And especially with the moon in Aries, this is going to bring a real fire to get things started, to start to try something new, to start to be brave, be bold, be courageous and move forward. So all those intentions you set yourself at the Capricorn new moon, this is where you now start to say yes to that and go, okay, if I want to make that thing happen in my life, how do I need to perhaps show up a bit more or let myself be seen more or ask what I want or ask what it is that I'm looking for or shine a little bit more. So this first quarter moon is going to really ask us to begin to show up more in the world and go after what we want. And on that same day, having Mercury sextile Saturn, this is going to be a beautiful energy for focusing your mind, for getting your mind right, for being like, that is what it is that I want and nothing's going to sway me anymore. So I'm not going to get pulled off in a direction with them wanting this from me and them wanting that from me and then thinking this is what's best for me. It's almost like this laser focus and this discipline towards what it is that you want. Now, Friday, we get Mercury trine Jupiter and we get Venus square Neptune. Now, this is going to be such a beautiful day for making sure that the way that you think and feel about yourself is in alignment with what it is that you say that you want. So what you visualize for yourself at the start of the week is the way that you think and feel about yourself in alignment with that future vision and that future self that you want to be. Because there's a beautiful saying I say to you all a lot, whether you think you can or you can't, you'll be right. So if your self-talk is all about how useless you are and how you can't make anything happen or all the mistakes that you make, it's very unlikely you're going to be able to really reach that version of yourself that you saw in your vision. If you visualize your perfect life and the voice comes in and says, oh, you could never make that happen, well, how would that happen? That could never happen for you. It's unlikely you're going to be able to make that happen. And again, the way you feel about yourself says a lot. If you don't feel worthy and deserving of having what it is that you want, it's very unlikely you're going to be able to create it in your life. So this is a day for really checking in with, does the way I think and feel about myself really align with where I want to go? And really getting into that right alignment with yourself so that you trust yourself, you love yourself, you care for yourself, you know yourself, you champion yourself. And you think, even if I don't know exactly how, I know that I'm going to get there. So it's almost like getting your mind and your heart right in alignment with what it is that you want. Because then on Saturday and Sunday, we get just huge astrology. So first of all, we get a Pluto Cassimi. Now, this is when a Cassimi means into the heart of the sun. This is when Pluto and the sun are going to meet in the sky. Now, first things first, Pluto and the sun are going to meet at 29 degrees of Capricorn. 29 degrees is what's called the anaretic degree. It's the degree of fate. And this is the last time that the Pluto and the sun are going to meet in Capricorn in our lifetime for the next 248 years. This is like once in a lifetime Cassimi. This is the last time this is ever going to happen. Now, the fact that they're also meeting at 29 degrees at this final degree point, and then Pluto and the sun are going to move hand in hand into Aquarius, is just huge. I can barely describe it for you in words. And just while we're speaking about this, I'm doing a workshop on Thursday night for this Pluto Cassimi, where I'm going to tell you a lot more information about Pluto's move into Aquarius, and then we're going to use the energies of this Cassimi of Pluto and the sun meeting to activate and awaken light codes within us. Because believe me when I tell you that our souls have chosen to be here at this time. Your soul has chosen to be here at this time on Earth as Pluto moves into Aquarius, as this Cassimi happens. And so as all of this happens, there's going to be light codes that can be activated and awakened within you that tell you more about your soul's part to play, helps you to shine your soul light a lot more, and helps you to really move into your part to play in the world over the next 20 years that Pluto is going to be in Aquarius. So it's very exciting times we're in. But first things first is Pluto Cassimis, they meet at this anaretic degree, this degree of fate. There is going to be a huge moment of completion, of shedding old identities, of feeling absolutely ready for change. Not just ready for change in one aspect of you, but feeling ready for change in your heart and your soul and your blood and your bones and your very DNA. You are going to be so ready for change. There's going to be a big closing off chapters, completing things, releasing things, and most of all, this big shedding of identity. So remember I mentioned to you that on Friday, there's going to be a big moment of making sure that how you think and feel about yourself aligns with the way you want to go. On Saturday at this Cassimi, you are going to then be able to shed old identities, old versions of you that are no longer in alignment, old beliefs, old thoughts, old fears, old wounds that you carry around with you that keep replaying and replaying and replaying. There is going to be a huge opportunity at this Cassimi to shed, to close something, to release something, and especially over things from over the last 20 years as Pluto has been in Capricorn, especially things around the Pluto in Capricorn themes of power, of control. All of this is going to come to the forefront, and we're going to be able to really close things out. So this is such a powerful day for looking at what you are ready to shed, complete, close, release, and where you are so deeply ready for change in your life. Now, not long after the Cassimi, about 45 minutes, an hour after the Cassimi, the sun will move into Aquarius, and then about 11 hours later, Pluto will move into Aquarius. Now, first of all, the shift of the sun into Aquarius is around when we're in Aquarius season. There's a big energy in Aquarius season of true authentic self, and that's a big theme I want to give you for this week. Who are you when you are your most authentic and true? Who are you when you feel most at home in yourself, most like you? That's what I want you to really feel into. Aquarius energy is all about true authenticity, your deepest truth. It's about community, it's about coming together, and it's about your part to play in the community, in the bigger picture of the world. And as Pluto shifts into Aquarius, that's going to be our big theme over the next 20 years around how we're all going to begin to come together. We're going to find a big shift from top-down systems of control, which is what's been happening since Capricorn has been in charge, and we've seen very much at play at the moment on the bigger world stage, these themes of greed, corruption, manipulation, power, control from top-down systems of control. And as Pluto shifts into Aquarius, we're going to see a much more grassroots up. The power is going to come back to the people. And that can only happen when each one of us takes back our individual authentic power to say, this is who I am, this is my truth, this is the life I want to live, this is who I'm here to be. And I'm no longer going to be afraid to be who I am. I'm no longer going to be afraid to be all of me. I'm no longer going to allow society and advertising and them to tell me who I am. I'm just going to start to show up as the truest, most authentic me, heart wide open. This is who I am, and this is what's needed right now. And so this, as you may notice, threads back to the theme at the start of the week where I said to you, visualize your ideal life, visualize who you want to be, because your visualization of your ideal life and who you want to be in that life is your part to play in where the world goes next as Pluto moves into Aquarius, and it changes the whole theme of our lives for the next 20 years. Now, just a little note there, because there's been a little bit of here and there about why are astrologers saying, like, Pluto shifted. Pluto will go back into Capricorn very briefly from the 1st of September to the 20th of November. Very brief little dip back. But because it's only a very brief little dip back, we're not going to really feel Pluto in Capricorn powers again. We're just going to clear up what was left over from Pluto's journey. So really now Pluto is bringing in those Aquarian themes, and then Pluto from November will be in Aquarius all the way through for the next 20 years. And so this shift is asking each and every one of us now to begin to step up and show up as our most authentic, honest and true selves, as who we are. No more hiding, no more pretending, no more acting in a certain way to try to feel like we're accepted. We're going to find our tribe. We're going to find the people that we can be completely at home with. This is who I am. And that takes you knowing who you are, which is why I asked you to do at the beginning of the week, to feel into who do I really want to be. Friday, again, is going to give us that moment on my thoughts and how I feel about myself in alignment with who I want to be. So all through this week, we're going to be given these opportunities to really feel into who do I want to be? What do I want for my life? What is not in alignment with that? Get to shed that at the Kasimi, and then we get to really show up and play our part with the shift of Pluto into Aquarius of this is who I'm showing up in the world as. And as each and every one of us begins to show up as the most authentic, honest and true version of ourselves, that's how we're really going to change the world. That's how we're really going to make a difference, so that we're not censoring ourselves anymore, we're not silencing ourselves anymore, we're not shrinking ourselves anymore, we're not adhering to these ridiculous advertising standards anymore that tells us this is the way that we should look and this is the things that we should do and this is what we should wear. We're like, this is me, this is who I am. We're going to find our tribe, and together we're going to start to rise. And as you can tell, I could not be more excited about this shift that's coming, because it is going to be super powerful. So visualize your ideal life this week, what it is that you really want, because that's part of where the world goes next. The visualization that you have about the life you want, that's part of where the world goes next. Then begin to make sure you're in alignment with who you want to be. Shed anything that's not in alignment with that, and then begin to show up as your most authentic and true self. And I cannot wait to see the difference that we're going to make in the world. As I mentioned, the workshop on Thursday is going to be all about activating your light codes. So all of those hidden and dormant kind of magic and energies within you that are part of your soul's light that you're here to shine, we're going to awaken all of those. We're going to really look at what your part to play is, what your purpose is. And so if you feel like that calls to you, you'll find the link in my bio or on my website. Come join us as we usher in this new era, and each and every one of us shines our individual beautiful light, our soul's light out there into the world. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for bearing with me. I got through it. I did it. I'm sending you all of my love. Happy new world, my loves, because that's what we're creating. By the time I sit with you next weekend, we're going to be moving into a whole new world, and we'll walk into it, as always, together. I'm sending you all my love, and I'll see you soon.